I absolutely love the build-up and speculation that surrounds E3 every year, and as part of our coverage of the event, I decided to investigate whether it is feasible that Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled gets one final reveal before release. So today, I've used this research, in addition to putting myself in Activision's shoes a little, to try and answer the question, will CTR get any final reveals at E3 2019? I have to admit I had my reservations about making this video because 1, I don't want to seem like I'm unsatisfied with the great amount of content the game has already got in it, and 2, I don't want to raise hopes too much because, let me make it really clear, there is no guarantee in any way that we get any more characters or content revealed at E3 this year or before. Perhaps the most accurate method to making predictions is to look at past form. In this case, we need to look at the way Activision has behaved surrounding E3 over the last couple of years, since it brought Crash and Spyro back to the forefront of gamers' minds. The most recent example we have to work with is last year's Spyro Reignited trilogy, which, if taken out of context, strongly suggests that Activision will use E3 to show us something new about CTR Nitro-Fueled. Last year there was a booth to play Spyro and a fair amount of gameplay from the game shown for the very first time, but even though the game had yet to be pushed back to its eventual release date of November the 13th, it's vital to acknowledge that the game still had a number of months until its original release date of September 21st, so there was still plenty of time to get new information out there and secure as many pre-orders as possible. CTR Nitro-Fueled, however, comes out just over a week after E3, rather than the few months we had with Spyro, and considering Activision have decided against a show floor presence this year, it's not looking good for those CTR booths either. So maybe we can't take much at all from Spyro's presence at E3 last year for this investigation because of the difference in release dates and the difference in Activision's presence at the show from last year to this year. But does that mean we can't take anything at all? I'd say not, because at the very least, Activision clearly see the value in the show and are willing to use the dates to announce new and important information. So with the knowledge that Activision have previously, and probably still do, see the value of using E3 to promote their products, let's now look back at some more relevant history. Let's look back at Activision's use of E3 back in 2017, when the release of the Crash Insane trilogy was just over 2 weeks away. Back at that E3, there obviously wasn't a mass unveiling of new gameplay mechanics, nor did we learn lots of unknown stuff about the game because, similar to the position we're now in with CTR, we knew almost everything as the release date was just around the corner. We did, however, get this. Yes, we got one final surprise, which was the reveal of Coco Bandicoot as a playable character, something which fans loved, and the reveal undoubtedly helped to boost hype about the game just before release, and shows us in our investigation that a reveal at the 11th hour certainly isn't out of the question. That brings me onto my final train of thought. If I was in Activision's shoes, what would I do and think about E3? We already know CTR is going to sell really well, so well in fact that it's feasible to see why they certainly don't 100% need to reveal something new at E3 or perhaps just before. But that still doesn't mean that Activision are going to be content with getting swept up in the tsunami of other game reveals that the event brings annually, and therefore risk getting overlooked by consumers who may be on the fence about spending their well-earned money on the game. Instead, if it was me, I'd want to be on the front foot to make sure that any potential customers are grasped, and to do that, one last minute reveal certainly fits the bill, especially if you're revealing an incredibly popular friend who happens to be a purple dragon, which would be great for building hype. So in my opinion, it's fair to say that right now, I believe that there is reason to make one final reveal at E3. Additionally, well as far as I'm aware, we haven't seen the PS4 exclusive track yet, so this adds weight to the suggestion that there still might be a few nuggets to be revealed, maybe over E3. However, I really don't think there's that much left to reveal, so if another trailer or character is shown between now and when E3 begins on June 11th, at that point the chance of a character reveal at E3 diminishes substantially. To summarise then, I think by looking at Activision's behaviour in the past with both the Crash and Spyro series, and by placing ourselves in the business minds of Activision, there's undoubtedly a chance that we see one final small reveal at E3 2019, but that's just my opinion, and of course, this is a moving picture. They could drop one final trailer tonight and then, let's face it, this video will quickly become obsolete. What do you think though? Will we get any more reveals, and if so, could they be at E3? Be sure to let me know down in the comments. Additionally, if you have enjoyed, please do share this with a friend, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you for your time today, and whatever happens, CTR is already shaping up to be an incredible game and I can't wait to play it.